Hi guys. So this is the episode 9 of Live Life with Leena, and we have got an amazing guest, Isabel, from all the way from London. I feel it's morning 11:30 there in England, and she's going to join us live. I'm just waiting for her. I could see Isabel there. Yay, Isabel is here. So I'm just going to take her in. We are going to get Isabel right here. I'm waiting for her to come live. But until she comes live, uh,
Hello.
hey, hi.
Hi, Lena. How are you?
I'm superb. So nice to see you, Isabel. So, welcome to episode 9 of Live Life with Leena. Thank you so much for your presence. Thank you so much for accepting. And today I'm so happy and excited to learn so many things from you. And in fact, everyone who are coming live here, Isabel is a holistic coach, and I'm literally open to learn the entire approach you are going to teach us from an entire angle of body, mind, and spirit. See,
Yeah, thank
you are just radiating so much of happiness and joy.
you.
Thank you so much for being here. All of the guys who are watching here, if you have any questions, she's an healer as well and also an yoga teacher. If you have any questions related to emotional stability, holistic approach of living a lifestyle, please put down in the comments your question, and Isabel would be happy to answer those questions to you. So before anything, I really want you to give an introduction to all of the guys who will be watching this video now, and also this video would be in the recording in YouTube and in IGT. So please let us know about your entire journey. How did it all started before you turned out to be an holistic coach?
Okay, thank you so much, Lena, for having me and for the beautiful introduction. So nice to be here. Super excited. Um, well, I think the journey starts when we are born, right? But I would say that maybe one of the important moments was actually when I moved from Portugal to England.
Okay.
Which was a really big change in my life. So it was kind of coming out from, the culture, the tradition, what I knew, coming away from that and just stepping into a new reality where I was on my own, let's say. Even though I came with my partner, it's like, I have a very big family. We are, I have 9 brothers and sisters, with me 10. And so I always used to have that kind of family support around me. And so that was a big difference, coming away from my country to a new country. So what do I do now? And that brought a lot of changes in myself. And I was pregnant with my first daughter. So that was, that was a pivotal moment. And so I believe that my journey kind of, or when maybe probably the biggest transformation, I started there. So I was trying to fit in, trying to settle in a new country, and at the same time, can you hear me well, by the way, or is it too noisy with it? Okay. And sorry?
It's absolutely clear.
Great. Okay. And so I was trying to figure out what it meant to be a parent, what it meant to be a mom. I was having was a mom for the first time, and trying to settle into a new country. So it was it was a lot. It felt like it was a big change all at the same time. And then also, when I came to England, I've just finished my degree in Portugal. So I still had the dream to work in the same area. And at the time I was working in restoration, in conservation and restoration of works of art. So working in museums. So I had this little girl, and I was still trying to follow my dream in that area, and trying to find a job here in museums.
How old
And how old?
is your daughter now?
She's 13 now, the eldest, and the youngest, seven, almost 8, 7. Yeah.
Wow.
And so I was trying to figure everything out, and then I decided to do my master's degree when she was 2, the eldest when she was 2, and that was a tough year, to say the least. It was a very tough year, not just because I was studying, but I was studying in a new country, so everything was different. And then I had this, was pretty tough to study, be a mom on my own without support from the family, and trying to figure everything out. And then it was a year when I was in stress, a lot of stress, like I never had in my life. And I started to have health issues as well. So kind of that was a big haha moment for me, because I realized that, okay, actually, this seems to be connected. My stress levels with my health issues, I keep having the same things, I keep going back to the doctor with exactly the same thing. So probably there's something here. And I was very lucky because my eldest sister, my older sister, she was living in London at the time with her partner. And they were the only 2 people who I had different conversations about spirituality, how the mind and body is connected. So it kind of started to open my eyes to this new thing. For me, it was new because no one talked about that in my family. So I was having these conversations with them, and then I realized how my stress levels and my anger and all of this was coming up, and it was being reflected in my body. So I was super curious about that. I was trying to figure out what should I do, and how would I heal myself. And then I started also to realize how things that I have been through my childhood were also coming up, and they were connected, you know, my beliefs and how I've reacted to things in life, how everything, you know, when certain things continue to happen in your life, you know, the situation changes a little bit, but you kind of have the same thing, and I was like, what is this? Why is this happening?
Carrying the same vibration again and again, and you're
Yeah.
expecting the results to change. So that's not going to happen until you change your vibration. So
Yes.
I could exactly relate to it, Isabel, so much. I mean, that's what even I went through on my initial journey. It was very, very, I mean, very, I'm very curious to know that how it is you came down to a point of aligning your business as a soul aligned business. And now you actually help people to have more of a soul aligned business without losing your health or relationship. So,
Yes.
so I would be literally curious to know some key steps or tips for us.
So how I came to that?
Yes.
Mm. Yeah. So I continue on this journey, you know, trying to figure out things for myself. I wasn't even thinking about helping other people. I was just trying to help myself.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even at this point, I wasn't even in the fitness area or health area. So that came later. I started to, because I couldn't work, well, I could work in my area, you know, in the museums, and I did a few projects, but it was kind of difficult as a mom because you have to travel all around the world, or the world, well, you can do the world, but, you know, I had to work, travel around England. So I started to pay attention to other things, and I started to pay attention more to my health. So then I trained as personal trainer, fitness instructor, and I was going on that side, health. And I started to teach people. I was doing dance fitness classes, and I really enjoyed that. And I started to realize that actually I like to do this. I like to work with people. It's nice. I can make a difference. But at some point there was something, I felt that it was something missing, you know, because it was all, people would come to me with saying that they wanted to lose weight, they wanted to lose tummy or things like that. And it's okay, but I felt that I could help them on a deeper level, because we know that many times it's not just about your body, it's about confidence, and why do you want to lose weight? There's something else. So it's not, it's never just about the weight.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to help people on this, and I didn't know how. And then I continued to study and go also on my journey as a business owner. And as you know, when you are a business owner, there's a lot of things happening for you, and you go on your own personal journey. And I started to see that what was happening to me was also happening to other business owners. For example, you know, you focus a lot on the business, but you kind of and in some cases you don't pay so much attention to your health because you're so focused on the business, or you start to have issues on your relationships, and it could be relationship with your partner, it could be with your family, with your clients. And that happened to me as well, and I started to see around my community things happening as well. And then I train as a yoga teacher, so I continued to do this work for myself and observe what was happening around me, and also to with my clients. So then it was, at a certain point, it was pretty obvious that I couldn't have things separate. So working the body and the spiritual journey and the emotions and the mindset, it was pretty obvious, but I didn't know how to combine everything. So I feel that, you know, sometimes you want to find a solution, but the solution just comes, kind of comes naturally. When you try to force it, sometimes it feels like, you know, it's not coming, but when you allow it to come to you, it kind of comes naturally. So the Soul Alliance actually just came to me this year. I don't know, actually looking back, I don't know, I kind of feel that I was already doing it, but I didn't acknowledge it.
Yes.
So in my with my clients, you know, if people came to me for personal training, I would never give them just the solution for the physical body. I would also, you know, ask them, so how is your I would understand what is their mindset, how is your relationship with other people, what is happening in your life. So it was never about just the you know, working out and doing the weights.
I was listening to one of your video where you were live with Val
Ah,
Curiosity,
yeah.
and he was actually explaining this very nicely, that wherein we want to give our clients everything as a complete holistic approach, but they just want to get a bite of the apple, whereas we want to give them the complete apple. So
Yeah.
people focus, people just focus on one area of their life, but I mean, we don't understand that each and every area would impact the other part of your life. If one is not wrong, if your health is not going good, or your relationships are getting impacted, then it's going to have an impact on your business,
Yes.
vice versa.
Yes.
So
Yes. And from the point of view of, you know, a coach, you know, I was getting really frustrated because I was, for example, when I was just doing dance fitness classes, I was getting frustrated because, you know, it was fun to dance and to give and, you know, provide a good time for people. But I kind of felt that, you know, when you have this feeling inside of you, there's more, and kind of like there's something else for me to do. It's not that it's okay, it's still okay to, you know, to teach if that's your thing, but I kind of felt like calling to do something else. And when people would come to me, I would always say, you know, I also work with the mindset, and I ask you these questions, and we look. So I never took a client with, you know, that only wanted to work on one level. I would work on all levels. And then, you know, this was going on, but also in my personal life, a lot of things were going on, because I was also experiencing, you know, I was working on my mindset as a businesswoman, and on my beliefs as being a businesswoman and mom at the same time, and certain beliefs that I had. Was it possible for me actually to have a successful business and be the perfect mom?
we have a trait that we want to be perfect in everything.
Yes. And because I was going through my own struggles and also with my relationships, at a certain point I felt really called to help other women to work on this, help other women with this, because I know that it's really hard. I'm not going to say that it's impossible. It might be possible, but it's really hard for you to focus on your mission and helping other people if in your life there's something, areas on your life that are really not working. And relationships is such a big area, and it's going to impact your life and your business. So it's really hard to keep things separate. So I really felt like called to help other women on this, because I kept talking with other female entrepreneurs and understanding that they were having exactly the same struggles, and maybe they lack motivation, they lack confidence in themselves, and then they didn't know how to balance things. So that's how the soul aligned fempreneur came. And yeah, so at this moment, my focus is helping other female entrepreneurs on their mission by working on the mindset, the lifestyle, and all of that. So I think the main thing that I want people to understand, or entrepreneurs, is that it's never about the business and putting lots of hours of work. Of course, we have to put in the hours of work, but you need to focus on all areas of your life and have that balance. Otherwise, it's going to feel out of balance.
So much. That was such a wonderful. I have also seen your videos on yoga. You have actually shown us so many short videos where for lower back pain and for a lot of other ailments, where you have shown some exercises. I also love doing yoga. I do Surya Namaskar, if you have heard about it.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
and the one thing which is very good about yoga is whenever you do, you feel like as if you're doing it for the first time. And when you do it, it's always like you discover something new. So
Yes.
how was your journey of yoga started, and how is it now you are helping people by doing yoga? And also, does it also help in reframing your beliefs or your mindset just by doing yoga?
Yes, I would say so. Let me just double check. Sorry. I wanted to turn off the sound. Okay. Yes, I would say so. Well, you can do yoga and focus just on the physical, and maybe don't and you can do this without tapping into that part, I suppose, if you want to. But for me and for my experience, I learned a lot through yoga and going on my yoga journey, and a lot about myself. So I think the biggest transformation was internal. And I attribute this to my mentor, my teacher, Dylan Ailu, and the way he provided the training. And it was so transformational. So all of us, I think, that went to the training and go through the training, everyone experiences a big transformation, and it's in all areas of your life. And I was really lucky and blessed to be able to train with him, because he also focused not just, I don't even know how to explain, it's the yoga journey, but he brings in other elements. For example, energy healing, and the mindset as well. So all of our training was focused on what's going on inside, and to pay attention, and to pay attention, allowing it to happen, and be open to what comes up. Because what happens if you don't have, maybe if you're doing your yoga classes and you haven't been, if you are doing alone, or if your teacher doesn't bring you to this idea, you might not even realize it, or you might realize maybe in your way, I don't know. Everyone will have a different experience. But if you go through your yoga, your yoga journey, you might realize that certain things come up for you. And it's really helpful to have a coach, a yoga teacher that really opens up that space for you to have that realization. So what's going on inside? So why am I resisting here? And when you go through, for example, asanas, and you can kind of, if you're really in the present moments and you're open to learn, you can really understand. So what is my resistance here? What I'm struggling here in this posture, and how is this connecting with what's going on in my mind as well? So it's really interesting to do that process. So with Dylan, we were kind of invited to do that process. So I was really blessed in that way, and that's what I want to bring also to my students, is understand that. So it's never just about, you know, jumping into the mats and throw a few cool postures. That's nice and fun as well, but there's something else that you can tap into with yoga.
Awesome. I have seen you rocking in FLC group, and I'm also see. So and
Cool.
so that way it has, the journey has been really exciting with Sri Akashna and Tiberia, and I've learned a lot when I was setting the business. I really want to learn from you. Like, now there is so much of uncertainties around, and how do you suggest, or what is it that you can actually help people here who are watching this video to deal with the changes in life, and how we can actually go through or overcome the stress and trauma which they go through either with the environment or through the relationship, and still focus.
Yeah, it's a very interesting and challenging year, and you know, I've heard stories from, you know, my clients and what's going on in their lives, and I know people are going through their different challenges, and I don't think there is anyone that isn't going through some kind of challenge. And it's just not just because of the coronavirus. It's, you know, life is like that. We have challenges, but probably this year, it's kind of bringing the, what is that when you bring a, what do you call you, magnifier, a
Yeah,
magnifier lens? Is that, yeah, it's kind of bringing like a magnifier lens in, and everything seems to be like, whoa, very amplified. Yeah. So I think one of the great things that we can all do is, and I know you probably heard this before, but it's gratitude, and really step into a place of gratitude, and yes, because I think we are all being called to step into gratitude and feel and acknowledge how blessed we are, and in any circumstance, you know, it doesn't matter where you are, but you can always find things to be grateful for. Okay, so I might, you know, I might have lost my job, but, you know, I can recognize that I have a family. I still have a roof over my head. You know, I have food on the table. I have people that support me. Things like that. So I think stepping into gratitude is really, really important. And, you know, I give my example. You know, because I work as a yoga teacher in many gyms. You know, I'm not teaching now. I have I think it's a couple of classes online, but I pretty much lost all of the other classes. And, you know, I could focus on that, and I struggle a little bit in the beginning, but it's about then how do you come out of that, that focus, and focus on something else, on a positive focus. So it's, and I focus on, okay, what do I have now? Do I still have shelter? Yes. Do I still have food? Do I feel safe? Yes. Okay, cool. So what can I do now? So it's practicing. And I'm not saying that I don't fall into this. You know, I have my moments where I'm focusing, oh, this is not working. I wanted to launch this and I haven't. And for a moment, I'm in this kind of struggle, and then, okay, let's take a step back. I'm actually really lucky. I have the opportunity to do this. I have the opportunity to do that. So whatever you are, it's just recognizing that, okay, what you have right now, that you are, you know, you're really blessed right now.
yeah.
And
say that what you appreciate in life appreciates further.
Yes, 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 absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think it, and this is a practice, we actually have the power, you know, to change the way we feel, and change where we focus on. You might require practice, or you might feel that it's really hard for you and you can't do it, but you can, it's just a practice. I practice this as well. And yeah, it's just do it again, 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 and again. And then from that place is, be solution focused. That's true.
Yeah.
It's finding the solution. So, and also I think the reason why it's so important to be grateful is when you are in this, and this, when you are in this place, you are more open to see the possibilities, and you are open to receive as well. So from this place, you can start to see other things and new opportunities, and maybe you speak with someone else and maybe you see something that is going to help you. But if you are in this struggle and closed-minded and saying, oh, I'm really struggling right now, I can't do this, da, 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 it's really hard to see other things around you. So
Yeah.
that is why it's so important. And then be solution focused. So something else will come, and what can I do like now? And also trusting. Trusting doesn't mean that you don't take action. You do take action, but you keep that faith and that trust that, it's going to be all right.
Yeah.
And
So
and
trust
then
bring to the universe. So most of us, like what we try to control everything, and we
yeah.
don't. And so that's where it leads to. I've seen. I mean, in fact, even my journey has been wherein there was a point where I'm doing the process of manifestation, and I was so much glued into manifestation and law of attraction that sometimes I was feeling like, why the manifestations are not happening what I want. I'm doing the process, I'm doing my affirmation, I'm doing my vision board. But that's the time I realized I was not surrendering, and I was trying to control everything. I was trying
Yeah.
to control how things will happen. So, and then when I heard Sri Akashna talking about forget it, set it and forget it. And that's where, I mean, it's completely a new way of understanding. I really want to understand from
Wow.
about your journey of manifestation and law of attraction. This has been a super trendy topic for me, and I'm literally trying to become a master of manifestation. So I manifestation happening now, but I really want to understand from you: is it something like the belief of us will block the manifestation or the complete law of attraction process?
Say again. Did you say the belief?
Beliefs which we carry uh,
Uh-huh, uh-huh. Oh.
and block the manifestation process.
Mm. Uh, yeah, this is something that I've been, in the law of attraction and manifestation. I think there's so much to learn, and I don't call myself an expert at all. But recently, because I'm a theta healer, and this is something that we talk about and we practice. When I did this practice, this masterclass of manifesting, is that when I really understood on a deeper level, yes, how our beliefs can actually block manifestation. Because I don't know if you have this happened to you before. You really say, for example, let's say that you are saying that you want to be an international speaker and speak in front of 1,000 people. But when you ask yourself, do I really want this? Actually, there is a big fear, and maybe there is a fear that your family is not going to accept that, or maybe your partner is not going to accept that, because now you have to travel all around the world, and that is going to bring problems for your relationship. Whatever that is, there is a resistance there, and there are some beliefs that probably would be helpful to work on. And that's when we might self-sabotage ourselves without even noticing. So, for example, if my belief is that I can't be a good mom while working on my business, it's quite obvious that I'm going to sabotage my work in some way, maybe even without realizing. Of course, we don't do this on purpose. It's not like that. But if you feel that, because we are always working for our, for our comfort and safety. So if I feel, or if there is a part of me that feels that if I'm going to put these hours and if I'm going to be successful in my business, I'm not going to be present. If this is my belief, obviously I'm going to sabotage in some way. So that's when our beliefs can block our manifestation. Yes. And
your thoughts have creates that energy, and your thoughts can actually turn into a reality. So whatever your subconscious beliefs are, and first we need to work on those beliefs, because somewhere if those beliefs might block what you desire. So you
yeah.
might have a belief or a thought which is against what you're going for. So
Yes.
yeah, so how to actually identify this? How to identify that I'm carrying a certain belief which is against my desire, and then start to reprogram it? So what's the process of reprogramming your belief?
Mm-hmm. So I realized it when I was working with coaches, and actually so the first time that I realized this was actually when I invested in my first business coach, business marketing, and we had a few days where we talked about mindsets, and there was this list of beliefs that were very common within entrepreneurs, and we had to. So she was reading the beliefs, and we had to stand up or sit down every time we felt we had that belief. So it's not something that you think about. You just go with your intuition. So and it was the first time that I did something like that, an exercise like that, and I thought about my beliefs. Never ever thought about this. So, and then I realized, oh, okay, it's possible that I have some beliefs, conflicting beliefs. So at the same time, I want to have my business, but at the same time, I think that I'm not going to be successful, or I can't do this, or whatever that is. So that's how it was for me. So, or it could be that you feel uncomfortable. If you feel that you are out of balance, maybe you're struggling in what you're doing, you feel like there's a lot of resistance, and you're pushing and working hard, but you can't see the results, or there is some discomfort when in your life relating to your manifestations. So there are kind of clues that there might be something going on, because I believe if you are super aligned, but let me know in your experience if this is true. When you are super aligned and you want to manifest, it kind of everything kind of feels like it's open up naturally in front of you, and you kind of feel like you are in the flow, right?
And universe will start giving you some signs across. So
Yes.
to see some kind of signs, either through a nature or through a feather or through the numbers, angelic numbers, if you understand it,
Mm-hmm.
you are open for
Yeah.
it, start seeing those signs across from universe, because universe always wants to give us signs that universe is with us, somebody is there to support us. And that's such a good feeling. I mean, from the time I got that feeling that why I need to worry about things, there is somebody who is ready to take care of it, and it gives such a soothing feeling, like wow. I mean, so that's
Yes.
really I mean, quite touching for me as well. Thank you so much, Isabel, for sharing that. And I would literally love to know that what was that list of yours where you were asking? I mean, do you actually do that with your students as well?
The list of beliefs.
Yes.
uh no, when I'm in a session, or as let's say a theta healing session, we work on a specific issue that they are having right now, and then I ask questions in particular, and sometimes we call this dig deeper. So we ask questions and we kind of digging, and the aim is to get to the bottom belief. Now, the belief might not even be related to your thing. For example, in money, manifesting money, there are some beliefs that might not even be, at your eyes, it's not actually directly related. For example, regrets that you have in your life might be blocking you from receiving money, for example. And this is a big thing that I've learned. So I don't ask the questions, but I don't ask the list of beliefs, but I ask questions to understand what is the belief, the root belief.
So basically, I've heard this from Dr. D. Martini, that the quality of your life is the quality of the question you ask yourself.
Yeah.
You were saying that the way you ask question, and so
yes.
we are almost coming to the end of our session, as well as to the end of 2020. So now with 2021 coming up, with new hopes, new desires, new intentions, new goal settings, some key steps which you can actually guide us how to set. I have seen your one article where you were talking about how to set intention and achieve your goal in 2021. So whether to set goals and then set the intention, or set the intention and the goals, if you can just explain it here, it would be really helpful for all of us.
Yeah. So for me, intention, I haven't found a very straightforward and nice way to explain intentions. It's because they seem... So intention for me is more about a feeling, and it's like a bigger purpose. So for example, if I set an intention for my day, my intention could be, today I'm focusing on abundance, and the abundance that is around me. So you're kind of setting that intention from the beginning, as you kind of signaling, sending the sign, the message that you are open to see abundance around you. So that's the intention. The goal could be something different. The goal could be, maybe the goal could be maybe
in your relationship, or to your business.
Yeah, exactly. The goal could be still related to the intention, but for example, my goal today is to spend some quality time with my partner. So that is, in some ways, is connected with your the intention, because you can really there's abundance there, abundance of your relationships, or I'm setting up time to go out with my kids or with my friends. So it could be that, or the goals might be, the goals could be in your business as well, or areas of your life, but with the biggest intention of something else. So for example, the intention for I could set an intention for the year of 2021 is to, I don't know, take action, or no, not take, maybe be open to new opportunities, let's say. So I'm going to 2020 to be open to see opportunities around me, and maybe some of them I take action because they feel aligned. So it could be something like that. It's kind of like a bigger purpose. And then the goals is, yes, something more specific. And the goal could be maybe, I'm going to connect with two entrepreneurs that I really like and I want to model every month. So I'm going to reach out to them and speak with them. And we don't know, maybe from that conversation, you can, new opportunities come.
I'm going to change 100 women's life in some way or the other, or I'm going to go live, maybe continuous for a month, or 200 videos I'm going to do it this year. So it could be those goals. Every time when I think of goals, I always say how much and by when. So you need you need to be having a measure there. So measurable, right? So
the smart the smarts, we talk about this, the smart, yes, the specific, the measurable,
realistic,
Yes.
So I
But
very simple, which I learned from my mentor Pooja, and she says, "How much? By when?" Make it very simple.
yes, yes, yeah. And if you're setting up, so you might just to set up goals. Let's say that the goal is to lose weight. Then you can set the intention. So what is my intention by losing weight? And maybe I want to experience how it feels like to do something. But, you know, I think it's very, very important to set the intention and to ask why. Why do you have that goal? Why do you want to reach that?
True. So basically, this entire show is all about living your best life, becoming the best version of yourself. And that's my whole motive, where I take inspiration from souls like you who are so inspiring and living your best life the way you are. What is the advice you want to give it to all the viewers here of living their best version of themselves?
Is to get to know you better.
Be
And
yourself.
sorry?
Get connected to yourself.
Yes, yes. Understand understand who you are. So actually take time to get to know you. So it's very easy to just rush through life and do and have all of these goals and just keep doing stuff. But do you actually take time to be with yourself and know yourself a little bit better? And that could be many different ways. It could be on your, you know, taking time to do things that you are passionate about, but it really allows you to connect with yourself better. Because, you know, we are here in this physical form, in spirit. We might as well get to know who we are, why we're here, and what we're doing, instead of, you know, just rushing through and doing things, you know, be more intentional. And I'm passionate about helping people live intentionally. So be more intentional why you're doing what you're doing. And
I love that quote, what you said in one of the videos I have seen. Rather than start doing, start being. So,
being, yeah.
be
And
rather than a doing.
and this is very close to me because I'm a person that is used to do and be always on the go. So for me, it's a big thing to slow down and to take time for myself. And if you resonate with this, if any of you watching resonates with this, you know, it's a practice to slow down and for example, for females, it's just tap more into your feminine energy and allowing being. It's not to say that you can't do, yes, but also allow your feminine energy to, you know, to show up and be and enjoy yourself. And
Thank you so much. That's
uh,
amazing and incredible information which you have shared with us. Thank you so much. Before you leave, do you want to? I really want to know about your mentors and your inspiration. Who have been your inspiration in terms of people, in terms of book, or if there are any moments which you want to share with us?
yes. So I had several coaches throughout these years, and yoga teacher Dylan Ailu, with who I learned a lot. My coach, holistic coach, um, a great woman. I'm learning a lot from her. All the coaches that I have now, Chibarya, Master Shri Krishna, and so many masters that I follow. Spiritual teachers. I like the first ones that I've started to listen was Muji and Bentinho Massaro, and a lot of other spiritual teachers that I like to listen. Now, in terms of books, there are so many, but I just say the ones that I remember, not because of importance, but it's the ones that I remember. I love to read Brendan Bashard.
Yeah.
And I love a lot of books about, I'm loving Gabor Mate. He's amazing, amazing, amazing. And I love how it talks about how the stress is connecting with the body and the emotions are connected with the physical aspects. I love Caroline Miss. She also talks about this, the chakra system and the physical illness and how they are connected with beliefs and things going on in terms of emotional. And yeah, those are a few that I've loved to follow their work. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Maybe
Thank you, Lena.
ping you to get all those names, because I haven't got all those names clearly. So all your mentors' name you have listed down. So I'm going to ping you to get those details, and also
Yes.
the description of this video. So thank you so much. If people wants to reach out to you, what is the best way to reach out to you?
You can reach me on Facebook or Instagram, same handle, at I am Isabel Gondar. I'm also on YouTube. You can watch YouTube yoga videos, mindset, and Twitter, although I don't use that much, but probably Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Isabel. So sweet of you.
Thank you, Lena.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much to be here. It was really amazing to be here with you and connect with you.
Thank you for
Thank
sharing
you. Thank you.
information. Bye bye. Love you so much. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.